So the reason I decided to come to the youth participation program is because I'd like to get more involved in the community, and I'd love to encourage also the youth to stand up and fight as well as the people.
The reason why I'm here is because I believe young people must be active and participate within youth spaces, and they must shape spaces and disrupt spaces while at the same time diffusing their own disruption. So I am thankful for any opportunity whereby we can progressively shape dialogue and raise consciousness.
I'm interested in social development and creating a different relationships in building communities and getting rid of all the negative connotations and stereotypes that make us and that break us. I dedicate my time and my life for other people and their freedom, because Rastafari is all about liberty.
I am very interested in youth development and governance, self-governance. I want to learn and participate in youth development.
I'd like the government to commit to creating structures that are there to help the youth. For example, for them to understand the finance, for them to understand the political structure that can come. And that means putting that in schools, in universities,
I would like the government to bring equality into the youths in all areas of South Africa, because our equality status must be there for everybody. And what I'm seeing in our government is no equality, you see. So it's time for the government to recognize even the first people of South Africa and give them the equality what every nation has in South Africa.
I'd like the government to listen to the people, especially in the rural areas and in the ghetto, because those are the most ignored areas, especially where the struggling is. When you drive down, you can always see Langa in Nyanga, those places filled and flooded with water, and that breaks my heart every time I see it. Those struggles become burdens on our next generations at the end of the day.
So I want the government to create hope. The government must create the hope through opportunities, through training, through jobs, through leisure, through programs that keep young people busy for a year or two so that they can be better citizens of South Africa.
The commitments I would like, or I would love the government to make, especially where I'm from in Gauteng, the main lack that is there is there's no after-school activities. So no after-school activities, the devil have worked for idle hands. So I can't blame people who's turning or who find strength in pleasure in gangsterism or in crime. So basically, we have nothing to do. We don't have a ball to kick or after-school program that involves the kids to grow and to aspire into a vision and future aspiration. So they will return to gangsterism because there's a lot of broken homes also in our society.
I would like the government to make commitments where they can have youth participate within governments. I would like the government to commit themselves into providing services and opportunities for the youth, not just in government but in general. You see, in building the country, building the economy.
Indigenous right is to be self-governance. We talk about self-governance. We want to rule our own land because before everybody come here, my great-grandparents, they ruled their own land, they got their own farms, they got their own, everything was their own, you see. They were free to walk everywhere in the land. You see, just to bring the freedom back to the indigenous people and the recognize of the indigenous people, because why nobody will really recognize the indigenous people because they are the rightful owners of South Africa. Give us our indigenous rights back. When we talk about indigenous rights, I talk about give my seawater back, give my land back, that we can do my own land, my own people, plant my own food. You understand? Back to our culture, wearing our skins. You see, our Ghana, what you see, teach our children even what is the indigenous, what is part of indigenous, what is the lifestyle of somebody who's calling himself an indigenous man. You understand? To teach them how to live with another person, because when you talk about koi, we say men of men. You see, so we must love each other as men of men, as our own sisters and brothers. It's time for this government to recognize the indigenous people of South Africa. I'm always saying Africa belongs to Africans, and no one else can change Africa except the Africans. The people are the land. I encourage every young one under 18 and plus to read and get clued up. Ask yourself, who am I? Where I come from? What is my bloodline? How did I come here? You see, you must trace your family tree. All the African tribes, I want us to unite, man. You know, stop this tribal war, stop this unconscious, ignorant Western manipulation or doctrine that we have in us. So let us come one, man. Africa unite.
Well, when I am president, I will change the whole construct of the education system because it is based falsely on lies and the foreign concepts brought in from overseas, which is not even from us.
If I was president, I would ensure South Africa industrializes so that we can produce the essential goods, household goods, clothing, shoes, technology at the more affordable price in that sense. And then also to look at not just the ownership of the natural resources of Africa and South Africa, but also the management and the control of those resources. If you look at sectors like agriculture, if you look at sectors like mining, it's controlled and managed by forces that are not always patriotic, that don't always believe in the collective of society.
If I am president, I would like to bring the language back. The first African language of South Africa. Our own mother tongue language must become back to South Africa. And also then to treat every nation fair in South Africa. If I talk about also the fair share, what everybody must have in our country, it must be represented all our people in South Africa. Like in the fishing industry, you can see only big businesses forwarding. But if you look back to within the communities, our people are suffering. Every day we look around, people are suffering. So for me to be the president, I would like to change that even, to give equality to everyone in South Africa.
If I was president, I want to change a lot of things that I don't agree with what's going on. Firstly, education. If we talk about sustainable income, if we talk about personal growth, life skills, if we talk about sports, if we talk about entertainment, all these profiles and portfolios that government have in their cabinet, it's actually people that I personally, that's my personal opinion, you can't put someone who never played soccer as a soccer or sports manager. And even in the school education system, the dropout rate that's so high, the crime rate that's so high, the lack of interest in communities because of officials and people that play this power roles. With great power comes great responsibility. So I want to change the whole social economic structure and the toppling of the system, because what goes for you goes for me. That's my lifestyle. Equity, equality over everything, peace, love and unity.
If I was president, I would like freedom. I would like man to be able to know themselves. So I would like, in the process of from birth up until a certain age, the child should go through life without any really boundaries of being held. They should be able to experience life to its fullest.